Good afternoon, viewers. Okay, today's topic is all about insurance, short-term insurance, medical insurance, something very important if you're moving to Mauritius. And I'm happy to have Jean-Marc with me today. He's got many years of experience in the insurance market here. And Jean-Marc, if you can just introduce yourself to the viewers and just who you are, where you're from, and what your experience is.
Okay. Hello Shane, thanks for having me.
So you're welcome.
I'm Jean-Marc of Barbour. I've been in insurance in SA and in Mauritius for about 40 years.
Wow.
Giving my age away, but anyway, I have to do some time. And I'm now general manager of quite a big broker firm in Mauritius.
Yeah, you're probably the second or third biggest brokerage in Mauritius.
Quite a young company with a staff complement which, help us deliver the goods to our customers.
Okay.
And
that's great. So Jean-Marc, thank you for the intro. One of the first things I'm going to jump into is broker versus direct. So this is something that we've experienced in Mauritius. You guys actually handle our account. You didn't always handle our account, but we moved over to you 2 or 3 years ago. We used to deal directly with the main insurers, and the issues we had was just the insurers. How can I say this in a nice way? The insurers have got their interest at heart. Where when you're working with a broker, you have the client's interest at heart. So we had an incident about 2.5 years ago where we had a flooding. There was a cyclone, and we got massive damages to our boatyard as well as our garment business. Our electronics shop was totally flooded, 1 meter underwater, and we had a multi-million rupee claim. And that's where Jean-Marc and your team stepped in and did the negotiation with the main underwriting insurers. And I must say it was very positive. It took a while.
Thank you.
But I think without you guys, we would have been in hot water. And then after that, Jean-Marc, the risk assessment that you did for our businesses. So we ran 12 different companies in Mauritius. And one of the biggest issues was in some areas we were underinsured, some areas we were even overinsured. And Jean-Marc's team came into our business and they actually did a risk assessment. And they ran through all of our products that we have, all of our insurances I have, our vehicle insurance, our health insurance, and I think the bottom line was a few 100,000 rupees a month that you saved us. And now we're properly insured for other events, and even to the smallest things, the wording in contracts that you vetted that yourself for us, Jean-Marc. So there were little terms in our contracts that were not applicable and would work against us if we had a claim, and Jean-Marc was able to vet those for us.
Quite correct, Shane. You mentioned that our primary function is to do some risk management for our clients, like you have seen.
Yeah.
And then we tailor-made a program for our insured. Yeah. We work for the insured, not necessarily for the insurance company. We make sure that all the policy conditions, we've got all the extensions, and the right cover for the right risk.
Yeah.
Because obviously here we are a country with cyclones like in other countries, and this risk management for us is very important. And then as well, when you have got a claim, it's very important that we are accompanying our client, behind our client in the claim settlement negotiations and things like that. And if need be, we won't hesitate to take specialists to come to the help depending on the severity of the claim.
Yeah.
And this is where the client finds there is a lot of added value.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing with us is the added value.
Added value which you feel you are getting.
And also your accessibility to us, Jean-Marc. So calling you and chatting to you about doing this interview today, we're happy to come and chat to us. We're one of your clients and you're always available to us. So you're one phone call away. So one of the things I want to chat about is compulsory insurance in Mauritius. What is compulsory insurance?
Compulsory in terms of the law of insurance, what you need to have before having a property, having a property, let's put it that way. It's on, you need balance of third party on a motor vehicle.
Yep.
You need balance of third party on a craft.
On a boat. Yep.
Balance of third party. That's the main thing where you need balance of third party. Then you need PI for brokers. You need PI for open-end funds, people who invest here. Yep. They are in open-end funds, you need to have professional indemnity. as well as travel agents and things like that. So these are the main.
So it's like public liability insurance for businesses?
Not really. This you don't need to have.
Okay.
It's a professional indemnity is
Okay.
over professional to have it before they get a license.
Okay.
So that's the main. And then there is one thing which is very characteristic, because some people have got the insurance overseas
Yes.
and sometimes they move here.
Like life insurance and medical insurance?
Life you can, medical you can. In terms of the Insurance Act 2005,
Yeah.
they say property in Mauritius, when property is business interruption, there are also profits,
Yeah.
must be insured in Mauritius.
Okay.
Otherwise, we don't see any other restrictions on somebody having a liability overseas, but we would, because of the law and the civil code applicable here, we
Okay.
highly recommend having the insurance.
Okay, and then Jean-Marc, another thing you were saying to me, it's always great if our viewers that are coming here from Germany, France, from the UK, from South Africa, is that they bring references. So if they want to move off their current insurance, I know a lot of my friends that are moving here to Mauritius, they might be on Discovery Health or one of those big companies, and it's very important to get them good rates if they have a reference. If they haven't had a big claim history, or if they've been a great insurer, to get a letter from that company to come get better quotes and better pricing from you guys.
Exactly, quite correct, Shane. The motor industry, the motor insurance, had gone through a soft market, but
Yeah.
now you can feel that the market is hardening.
Yeah.
So if you have been insured in the country you come from, a letter of comfort from your insurer saying that you are claims free
Yeah.
will help a lot to get a good rate. As well, that's more important for the health insurance,
Yeah.
the healthcare insurance. If you have been insured on a scheme from your company or privately, very important to get a certificate that you or your family and whoever has been insured, so that when you come here and take insurance, health insurance, you won't have waiting periods, which we call it. In a way,
So that's
if
something
you're
that,
brand new, they might hit you 6 months or a year waiting periods on certain ailments.
so that's something we were really shocked about when we moved here from South Africa, was that there was a waiting period for insurance. So you start paying your first medical aid premium, but you can only claim after 6 months.
And
So if you get that letter, there's something you can use that as ammunition to
reduce to a minimum or perhaps none your waiting period.
Okay, so viewers, you need to get those reference
That's
letters.
important.
So that's important. Okay. So Jean-Marc, I know like we do all our company vehicles, our multiple company vehicles, and then every year you actually put our insurance out to tender nearly. So you take all of our vehicles and you go to the 5 main underwriters and you say you get quotes for us, and then we choose from that. So that's a lot of admin that you guys do for us that we would never. And we've actually stayed with the same underwriter over the years because they know our business and they know our claims history. And they've actually been quite a bit cheaper than the other guys that do, but you still do it for us every year to do some checks and balances.
Yeah, you see, a broker knows more or less the rating practice on the market.
Okay.
And we know for a fact when it comes to renewal of a fleet or a motor car, we know if what the present insurer is proposing is correct, depending on the claims or the values or whatever. And we use that a lot, and we have access to 4 or 5 insurance companies, all the main insurance companies. And with that in mind, we have got ammunition to try and get you the best deal at the end of the day for your renewal.
That's great. Okay, we've spoken about health insurance, car insurance, business insurance. Are there any new products out there on the market? You've worked in South Africa, you've worked in Mauritius, very different markets.
Look, I've worked in South Africa a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Everything has evolved in South SA as well as in Mauritius.
Yes.
We call it here, which we see a lot of evolution in the specialty risks.
Yes.
Like cyber risk, cyber liability,
Okay.
directors and officers, which have been starting for a few years, professional indemnity. We see with advert of everything being competitive and professional. That people more and more are thinking about these risks, and it's a real, on some businesses, it's a real factor which can bring big claims. And now we see that these insurance policies are developing. Unfortunately, there's been the COVID, which has put everybody a bit a step back a bit, but we don't see why the things shouldn't get started again back to normal in a couple of months, which we hope.
So Jean-Marc, I think we're going to keep it short and sweet. I think you've covered the bases. So viewers, if you're looking for health insurance, car insurance, home insurance, business insurance, drop us an email on info@Rolf International, and we'll get your messages onto Jean-Marc and get you some quotes when you arrive here, and just give you that peace of mind. Jean-Marc?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for your time today.
Okay, pleasure.
Thank you.